let's do not disturb because I can't be bothered.
I go where I want good. I go where I want good. I go where I want good.
Hey, hello, how are you? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time seeing my face, welcome. If you're watching this video, you are either new to Mercari, wanting more information, getting into Mercari, already into Mercari, or just simply want more info on becoming either a buyer or a seller. You're in the right place. On my channel, I have a Mercari series where I upload videos about tips and tricks on more so becoming a seller, but I'm also going to go into being a buyer. Pretty much whatever I share on this Mercari series is going to be helpful to you in allowing you to save money, being a seller or a buyer, being able to make the best of your Mercari experience from my personal experience. So if that's something you think is going to benefit you, make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that your post notifications are on, because when I post, you will be notified the moment I do, and you will be one of the first ones to get this free, good, helpful, money-saving advice for Mercari. For my loves who are already following and were wondering why hasn't she posted anything about Mercari, I'm sorry. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but look, it's been a lot going on, and it's a lot that I can really touch on, different topics. And I noticed one thing, that I've been getting a lot of questions, mostly questions that I've already answered either in the comments or in the video that it's posted under. So I've decided that I'm just going to start Mercari Q&A videos into the series to answer a lot of questions that I get asked. Also to answer a lot of questions that maybe you guys didn't see in the comments, and I know that a lot of people are thinking the same thing. So let me know if this is helpful for you. Give me a thumbs up on this video if it is. I see every question, but sometimes I get a lot, y'all. So some of them I answer right away. What I'm gonna start doing is just taking those questions, creating videos about them. So the information is just there. You'll get your questions answered. You'll be able to come back to it. I think this will be a better tool for you to be able to go to. Sometimes y'all teach me things in the comments too, so that allows me to update you guys and get more questions answered. So no, I'm not done with this Mercari series. I still sell on Mercari. I still buy on Mercari. I still absolutely love the app, and I am still going to continue to post on it. I'm going to try and get more consistent. So make sure that you drop any question that you have, no matter how stupid you think it may sound. Somebody else is probably thinking the same thing, and also that'll allow me to feature that question on one of these videos. So comment below any questions that you have, anything that you think would be helpful to you, and I'll make sure that at some point I add it to my videos. So without rambling too much, let's get straight into the Q&A. First question, Jacqueline Edwards wants to know, do you need to do anything when someone says they like your item? I don't see a response button. Some of these questions I honestly reply to that person under the post, but I also get the same kind of questions even after I answer it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just include it anyway. So what she means by this is, say you post something and you're trying to sell it, right? If somebody is scrolling and they see what you're listing and they like it, or it's something that they want to kind of save or come back to, there's a little like option. It gives you a little heart, you can tap it, and that's something that you like. What she wants to know is, after they've liked it, is it your job to do anything after that? You don't have to do anything after somebody likes it, but it does notify you as the seller that, hey, this person liked your item, and that kind of lets you know that people are interested in it. One thing I would recommend is, after you get a couple of likes or a good amount of likes on an item, it allows you to tap promote on what you're selling, and it also allows you to make a specific offer just to who's liked it. So what will happen is they'll get a direct message saying, hey, this person posted this for $20, but they are offering it to you right now for $18, $17. That alerts somebody who's liked it. If somebody has taken the time to hit a like or say that they are interested in the item, then they are more likely to accept an offer on that item. So while you don't really have to take any action when somebody likes your items, pay attention to the likes that you have on it and how many that you have on it. For me, I'm like, if I get like 5+ likes on something, what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll tap promote, and I will lower the price by a couple of dollars depending on what it is. And what it does is it notifies them, and it's like, hey, you liked this shirt and the seller has offered it at a lower price. it gives them the option to accept the offer. So if they're liking it, they're probably interested. And using that promote option for those who like your item is definitely a good benefit of actually closing and making a sale. Alyssa's Love asks, what shipping scale do you use? I use the Label Writer Dymo 4XL, and that prints all of my shipping labels. I said this in my video before, you don't have to have a fancy or professional label printer to sell on Mercari. I started with just printing things off from a printer, whether it's at home or at work, but I will tell you 100% that it is so much more convenient to be able to just take the image that they email you, insert it, and print it off, stick it on. It's already got the adhesive on it. It can be a little bit pricey, but for me, the convenience is worth the price. You can find those printers on sites like Mercari, OfferUp. You want to be careful buying things like that used, because when it comes to electronics, anything can happen. I used to run into situations where it's like the middle of the night and I made a sale. I like to ship my packages off as soon as possible. I tried to print it and my ink wasn't working. I had to go to work, and it's a lot that can kind of slow down your selling process when it comes to printing labels if you don't have the best equipment. So for me, I personally recommend it, but you do not need it at all. Kelly Acosta asks, my question is, when they pay for shipping and you take your item to the post office, they give you the box after they see the printed label, question mark? Why did I just read question mark? I don't know. And Kelly, let me know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I feel like what she's asking is, when the customer pays for shipping, do we take the item to the post office and do they then pack it and ship it and send it off? And no. I mean, technically, you could take the package to the post office, you know, wherever you're shipping from, and have them box it, wrap it, label it. The thing about that is you're gonna pay for that. So the part that Mercari covers is for you to package, put the label on. All you simply do at the post office is drop off your package. So whether the customer's paying for shipping or you're choosing to pay for shipping, the only thing you do in both transactions is print off that label and put it on whatever package that you are packaging your item. So no, unless you are wanting to pay extra to have them do it at the post office or at the shipping place, you want to have your package ready to ship and simply be dropped off. Curly Q asks, Mercari has almost doubled their shipping. Do you still use their labels? You know, your name is Curly Q, so I'm just going to assume that you're a girl. And girl, yeah, I do. I've already expressed my disappointment and dissatisfaction with the whole shipping increase, and it has definitely made shipping and selling items slower and a little more difficult, probably a lot more difficult. I'll be 100% honest, but I do still use their labels. Me personally, I'm not selling a whole lot of things, so I haven't really gotten into getting quotes from shippers to see if it's gonna save me money to ship out or not. I'm kind of lazy. So even when I buy things, sometimes I notice that the shipper or the seller doesn't use the prepaid label that they provide, but they use their own shipping method. So in some way, I'm sure you could probably save money not shipping directly from them. But I think what plays a big part of that is how much are you shipping? What type of stuff are you shipping? The weight of what you're shipping. Things that for me, I'm not really trying to worry about right now. So yeah, I still use their shipping labels. Jewelry Therapy asks, question, I have shipping anxiety. What if they get it but don't leave a review? Will you still get paid? This is probably one of the top questions that I've been asked since posting on Mercari, period. And look, I had the same anxiety, the same concerns. While I'm not like the biggest fan of having to wait for the buyer to review the item to have your funds released, because I'm also a buyer, I understand the importance of that as well, because these are still people, you know? I'm selling to you, you're selling to me, we're regular people. While you want to be positive and just hope that everybody's intentions are good, you got to be safe. So from a buyer's perspective, I completely get it. I definitely want to make sure that what I'm receiving is exactly what was listed, is exactly what was described, is not an empty box, and for me to be able to review and say, okay, I got what they sold, for them to be able to get the money, I don't have any complaints with that. I'm kind of like, you know, I look at all sides of things. So as a buyer, you got to look at it that way. But anything can happen, whether the buyer is out of town, look, the buyer broke their phone, the buyer uninstalled the app. It could be a plethora of reasons why somebody is not either responding to you or leaving a review. After 3 days, 72 hours of their package showing delivered via the tracking label, and they haven't left you a review, you can then request Mercari to release your funds. And if it's reached that time frame, they pretty much just release the funds to you. I've had that happen to me as a seller. I can't tell you exactly why the person didn't leave a review, but I did contact Mercari, and I would say like within the next 24 hours after that 72 hours, they simply released it to me. I'm not sure if they like reach out to the person or try to message them, but the moment I request it, make sure it's outside of the 72 hours because you have to allow that time to go through, because anything happens, you know, and they might not be there the same day that it's been delivered, so they have to give them some kind of a grace period. So yes, you'll still get your funds. Obviously, of course, if they haven't written Mercari and said that something was wrong with the package, something wasn't in the package, or there's an issue with whatever they ordered. If that's the case, that's a whole nother situation. But yes, you'll get your money after 3 days if they do not leave you a review. So your money's just not going to be floating in thin air, and you won't not get paid. Crazy. Y'all can read. But they say, could you turn the funds in for cash? I'm assuming you're simply asking if the money that you make on Mercari, can you get cash? Yes, 100%. It's kind of two different ways you can go about it. I personally use both different ways. I sell things on Mercari and then I accrue a balance, which I can either cash out and deposit into my bank account. Sometimes I just allow that balance to sit there depending on what I'm needing at the moment. Jim Pagan asks, hello and thank you for all of your advice. You're welcome. Do you send a receipt to the customer with the sold item? You don't send a receipt to the customer, but when they make the purchase and it is complete, you will receive an email with the prepaid label, with the confirmation and information, but they will also receive an email with the receipt of their purchase. They can also go within the app and also just kind of pull up the receipt. So no, you don't have to send anything to them. That's another good thing. Like Mercari does a really good job of like taking off the pressure of having to do so much. You know, when you purchase something, when you sell something, they email you directly what you need. They email you directly the steps of what needs to be done next. So no, you don't have to print or send a receipt. Customer already receives it. They know what's going on. They have the tracking label. They can track it. Yeah, and your job is to simply pack and ship the item. Felicia Jackson asks, has someone ever said they didn't receive the item and you shipped it? What happens? If you know, thanks. This is also another question that I got a lot, and I want to say like unfortunately that hasn't happened to me, but fortunately that hasn't happened to me. I have not experienced that yet, and I hope that I do not. Realistically though, that's something that can happen. I've shipped an item that has arrived broken before, and because it was like a fragile item, it could have easily been broken. I contacted Mercari to let them know. They requested that they send a picture of it. It was in fact broken. I'm not sure because it was like my first situation like that, but Mercari didn't actually have me pay for it. They just released the funds to me and also refunded the customer for that. So I think a lot that plays a part in things that are reported. Let's say for example, if somebody says you ship them an empty box and you don't have any claims or any previous sales that have said anything like fraudulent on you, I think they take that into account. I don't want to speak on something I haven't personally experienced. Let's just say you ship something and somebody says it's an empty box. I'm pretty sure if they file that claim, Mercari is going to reach out to you and kind of get your side of things. With any dealings that I've had with Mercari, like I said, I've shipped something off, it has been broken unfortunately during shipping. They reached out to me, corresponded back and forth. I've had no problems speaking speaking with Mercari and dealing with them. So because I haven't experienced it, I'm not sure exactly how that would go, but you would simply reach out to them and they would look at both sides, claims that have been filed on whoever is saying that it's happened. Also, as a seller, if you ever had an instance like that before. So they've been pretty good with me so far with anything, I would say, close to that. So I would say reach out to Mercari if that were to happen. Miguel Carrera says, first 5 minutes are torture. Skip to minute 5 and start watching. You're welcome. Torture, Miguel? Really? Was it that deep for you? You're welcome. You're welcome for the free information. Shut up. Unfollow me. You know, I get a lot of nice, sweet comments thanking me for taking my time to bring you guys this free information. Sometimes a couple trickle through where you're just like,
you talk too much.
Oh my god, skip to number 7 minutes and blah blah blah. That's where it begins.
no, these videos on my channel, they begin when I start talking, okay? No, I really don't care. Find something to do. But that's it for the questions in today's video. There are a lot more questions for me to get answered for you guys, so don't worry. We're gonna have more videos coming. I just wanted to upload this for you guys to let you know I am still here posting on my Mercari series. I'm still using Mercari. I still love Mercari. I'm still learning Mercari. And while I do that, I want to make sure that I bring you guys as much info that will help you learn and be the best seller that you can be the best buyer that you can be. And I just want to continue to help you make the best of your Mercari experience. So if you haven't used Mercari yet and you are interested or thinking about becoming either a buyer or a seller, in the description box below, also in my comments, I will have a link that will give you $10 to purchase anything on the app. I think that's a good way to get a little comfortable just within the app itself. $10, just think of something that you would want to buy online. That's $10. It's free to sign up, it's free to download. So click that link in the description box below. That will allow you to download the app, get $10 to purchase anything within the app, and just kind of get started on your Mercari journey. If you know anybody who would benefit from using Mercari, make sure that you share this video. I think it's very, very useful information, and I think anybody who's just wanting some extra cash will benefit from this information. So again, welcome back. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.
I go where I want good. I go where I want good. Yeah. I go where I want good.
I'm a young CEO, sure.